Welcome to Adventure Quest with Tarot. I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, using tarot to help you do the inner work, heal yourself, and create the life that you truly want to live. Stick around. Toward the end of the reading, there will be an adventure quest for you to do. Let's see what the cards are saying they want me to talk about today. Ten of Cups. I like this. This is the happily ever after card. This is where you get your wish fulfillment. And it's not just the Nine of Cups. It's when you get people, perhaps a partner, to be happy with, to share it with, people to share it with. It's the completion of it. Your heart's desires completing, coming about. Now, it feels to me with this card like there's going to be a shift for you to a lot more enjoyment, your heart being happy. It feels like it's kind of swooping in. You see how it's all coming in there? The bowls are coming down on a swooping rainbow. It feels like it's all coming in. And that is because we don't ever manifesting anything into the dimension that we're in. There is no such thing as time. We've just got multiple dimensions going on at the same time, which means that the dimension that you're in at the moment, your higher self has chosen your consciousness to be in this dimension that you're in right now. Now, you can shift to another dimension by changing your mind, changing yourself, changing your energy, and then you shift to another dimension, and that's where your stuff is. And so sometimes we can take these quantum leaps when we change ourselves so much that we'll change ourselves, our mindset and all of that, and we're so ready for a lot of things, and then we'll let go of one thing. Now, it could be a job, it could be a relationship, it could be location that you're in, and then as soon as you take that action, you go into a completely different dimension where everything that you wanted, your happily ever after is. And I've been picking up for a while that there's a lot of us that are ready for this complete dimension shift, for a big shift. We had it in 2012 as well, a lot of people shifting big time. Definitely got it this year too, definitely. So that's what we're talking about. This is why we change ourselves. So we don't bring things to ourselves and manifest it to ourselves. We change ourselves and go to where it is. Go to the dimension where it is. There's so many dimensions that we're not even aware of as around us. We just have we just get to see a very narrow range of the light spectrum, right? There can be beings and all kinds of things around us, and there are, because I've got a bit of a broader range, bandwidth than everyone else, which is how I can see things and have, get all of this information as well. But it could even be bigger, it could be even bigger to access many different dimensions at once. So, lessons around this. Six of Cups, the past. We've all experienced this. You've experienced quantum shifts before, these dimension leaps before. Every morning you're in a different dimension when you wake up, but we tend to recreate the same dimension over again because we do the same things and we have the same thoughts, and we think that this reality is reality, and so it's kind of fixed, but it's not at all. But you've had major leaps to other dimensions rather than recreating the same one over again, going into a completely different dimension, often when there's been big things that happen in our life, and so there could be some kind of a crisis that has changed your thinking or made you feel completely different. You could have had a spiritual awakening, which definitely would have given you a major dimension shift then. Completely different circumstances once you've had that. And then once you've shifted into a completely different dimension, it takes a while to get used to it, and then it just becomes normal. And you might be wishing for that point again of just before you made a major dimension shift, because that feels really good. That shifting point, it feels really good when you're leveling up. But you soon get used to the new dimension as being normal, and it doesn't feel so exciting anymore. So that Six of Cups is asking you to learn from the past. You have had these dimension shifts before. This is why, the final step to a manifestation is letting something go. That's why. Because you let something go and then you shift into a new dimension. That last thing that has kept you in that other dimension, be it a job, a house, a location, a relationship, you let go of something, and then you shift. It'll actually be the next morning that you shift. And that's why. There's always a let go. And so just pondering on that, that's what your lessons are about. Pondering on when you have had these major shifts. You might be feeling another one coming. I think there's going to be a lot of people making big shifts when rules, societies, structures are falling apart. It expands our minds and gets us to think differently. Perhaps through fear, but it gets us to think differently. And then we think of other things that are possible. And just that thinking differently sets us free from the current dimension that we're in. Or any kind of change, in fact, does. It's good for us. Even though it might feel unsettling, if it gets you to think more positively, especially about positive possibilities for yourself as a result of the change, then good things are coming. Now, if you remain in the fear, yes, you can shift the wrong way. You can shift into worse dimensions if you want. But I don't want to. Don't know about you. How to get into alignment today? Ooh, King of Wands. I do like this one. The King of Wands, he's got go get it kind of an energy. That's mine. That's what I want. I'm going to go and get it. It's a determination kind of an energy. I'm determined to go and get that. I want it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to get myself there. This is what I'm going to do. It's an entrepreneurial kind of an energy because of that. So to get in alignment, you need to decide what it is that you want, be positive about it, and go for it. We can have any kind of an experience, here. We really do create. We are the creators here. None of this stuff is solid. None of it is. But we believe in it so much that it is. But we can really have very, very different experiences than each other in exactly the same environment. And you can have very, very different experiences even in the same environment based on how you are perceiving it. And this isn't just about changing your mind on it and then you feel differently. This is actually circumstances changing completely. I've been through quantum shifts so many times in my life. I mean, I've lived in so many continents because and it's not every time. It hasn't been with a move of continent. Sometimes it has been, sometimes no. Sometimes it happens just staying in one place. But I do make changes and then boom, life changes completely. Like completely different circumstances. If you want it, you can claim it. But the change comes from within you and the way that you think. Okay, so what about the expansion that can be had? This massive expansion that you can have beyond current imagination. And so spend some time expanding your imagination or just being open to it. It's like, okay, Claire's telling me that there's so many things possible that I haven't even thought of before. Sit in meditation, like, show me, universe, what is possible? What more is possible? The expansion, Four of Pentacles, is by withdrawing your energy, holding your energy back. And so, okay, so if there's much more possible, and by me going around having the same day that I usually have, getting up, doing the same things, putting the coffee on, going to the bathroom, getting ready, going to work, going to the same cafe on the way to work, and all of that stuff. Just keep on doing the same things. You're just going to you're just going to be doing like Groundhog Day in a way. But if you are to hold your energy back, and so it's like, well, if I stop and reassess where I'm at, do I want to keep on in this trajectory? Do I want to keep on in these patterns and these habits that have my mind on automatic pilot? So I'm just thinking the same things that I always think because I think that's what is reality. Stop, break it, snap out of it, do something different, switch it up, go the other way. Like even if you need to keep on going to work or whatever, change it up. I changed it up this morning. I can't do my kickboxing at the moment because I've got a shoulder like instability that needs to be fixed first, and I've been having massages. Well, this morning I woke up and I thought, I'm going to have a swim first thing in the morning before I have put my coffee on, before anything. I'm going to get out of bed, put my bikini on, go out to the pool and swim for 10 minutes. Breaststroke to try and strengthen these up because it seems to be helping. And just that made me feel completely different. It made me feel completely different. It reminded me of the past. It reminded me of when I used to work in corporate and be sent on business. And I used to love staying in the hotels because I used to just make the most of it. I had to be in work at 9 o'clock, but I used to get up early and then go to the pool, and then I'd go to the gym, and then I'd go to breakfast, and then I'd go to work, and I'd be like, hey. And that's another thing too, holding the energy back, changing things up. That's why people find themselves when they travel, because you think completely differently when you're traveling, because there's a disruption. There is, you need to have your awareness expanded. There's all new things. You can do whatever you want, right? And that expansion, you can have it any day. You can have it now. You can have it today. It's just, it's happening in your mind. You can make those changes in your mind too. It doesn't have to come from travel, but you might want to switch things up to stop yourself from being an autopilot. Go another way to work, go to different places, call a different friend up. Do you know what I mean? Just like do everything different, everything different. Hold your energy back from what you usually do and see what's possible instead. Your mission, should you choose to accept it. I love it. It's the Magician. It's about manifesting. The Magician uses the 4 elements. Well, it uses all the resources they've got, but the 4 elements in the tarot that the Magician uses in order to create. And they are the swords, thoughts, words as well, speaking something into being, saying it is so, thinking about it being so. There's the wands. Wands is about being inspired. When you get that hit of inspiration, that bright idea, and then you act on it. What's the other ones? Cups. What's in your heart and your soul driving you forward? What's important to you? And also your feelings as well with the cups. And the other one is Pentacles, the material world. Getting yourself there, doing the things that need to be done to get yourself there. So using all of those 4 aspects, the Magician makes things happen. So your quest, should you choose to accept it, is. So the Magician quest it is. We're embracing a dimension shift. That moment where you let go of old habits, old thinking, and open up to a whole new reality where everything you've been manifesting starts to flow in all at once. The Magician here is to remind you of your creative power. You are that creative spirit. Now's the time to stop recreating the same old day, because that's really boring, right? Use your creative spirit and create something different. Break free from your routines and open yourself up to fresh possibilities. So, step number 1 is let go of something old. Reflect on something that's been holding you back. A limiting belief, habitual action, relationship that's no longer serving you. What has your life been asking you to let go of lately? And make a conscious decision to let go of it today. Write it down if you need to, and then visualize releasing it. Practice releasing it. Number 2, shift your energy. The Magician asks you to embrace your power to create. To shift dimensions, you need to break out of a repetitive cycle that you've been in that keeps your mind on autopilot. So do one thing today completely differently, whether it's a change in your morning routine, taking a different route to work, trying something you've never done before. This small change will create space in your mind for new energy to flow into your life. Number 3, be open to new possibilities. So now you've made space, focus on what's new and possible. You don't have to know what the possibilities are. You can just be open to any kind of possibility. I mean, what else is possible? What more is possible? How could it get better than this, even better than this? Visualize that reality that you desire, your happily ever after, and feel the excitement of it coming into your life. The Magician reminds you that they have the tools and resources to make it happen. So trust that actions today will align with this manifestation. 4 is stop and reset if required. So if you feel resistance or pull back into old habits, or you think that you just have to do everything like normal, give yourself permission to stop, just stop and take a reset. Take a moment to breathe, meditate perhaps, or just simply pause. So sometimes these shifts happen in that stillness, right? When we'll just stop. Allow yourself to not have all the answers right now as well, and trust the process. Number 5 is manifest in the now. So as you go through your day, remind yourself that everything you've been manifesting is already on its way. It's just around the corner, right? There's just something to let go of before you get there. Be open to synchronicities, unexpected opportunities, and signs and ideas that come to you. Magician is about conscious manifestation, so act with intention and be open to receiving. That is your quest for today. I love it. Very empowered. Well, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like before you click off down there. Click that subscribe button if you're new. Leave me a comment as well. I do love hearing from you. There we go. Yeah, I do love hearing from you. Do you realize that there's different dimensions at the same time? We've all had dimension shifts before, but do you realize that you've had a dimension shift before, and what were the circumstances there, and what was that let go that you had to do before you got there? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want 6 more fun quests for next level self-love, visit my website, behealing.com. Also, if you want a reading as well, put your information in there. Book yourself a reading. Would love to read for you personally. And have the best day ever. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.